Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a vlog on the art of slow living because I know you're tired of rushing through every moment of your life, because I am. We're always like, I have to do this thing so that I can do that thing and then that thing and that thing, and we miss the present moment and don't bask in the beauty that it is. So I'm tired of living that way, and I'm sure you are too. It just keeps us in this fight or flight mode, and it just leads to burnout. And we are no longer accepting that in our lives, okay? So in the art of slow living, I decided to wake up late today. Yes, because I deserve sleep.
Child. Anyway, so.
And it's been a very busy time in my life, but a lot of blessings. Thanks to God, I moved into my own space. He really does answer prayers. You just gotta ask. You just gotta ask and be specific. Should I show you guys around the room? It's not finished, but let's just see what it looks like right now. So I have this huge desk I got from Facebook Marketplace and a cute chair that you can sit crisscross applesauce in. Then I have this cute little seat that I kind of want to use for filming purposes and if I want to sculpt and all that jazz. This wall is going to be for my art easel. I have a ton of books and paint right now that I have to go through, and this is a lot of my art supplies right over here. I have a cool walk-in closet. I have canvases up here. That dollhouse is going to be for a project you guys will see. I have huge canvases. This is organization for my art prints and packaging supplies. And then I have this huge organizer for all my sculptures when they are in the process and or complete. And then I have this organizer for a whole bunch of paper and packaging supplies as well. Also, I have this board that we can do a video on. I want to do a prayer board for my business specifically. I'll put it by my packaging area just so I am constantly seeing it. It's important to constantly have this in your view so you can be reminded of your prayers and keep your goals focused so that you can achieve them. We have arrived to Target, but first let's listen to some worship music. This is my favorite song right now. It is called Reckless Love by Corey Ashbury. I love it. Let me show you. Let me skip to the good part. My God, I love that song. Also, I don't know how I'm gonna vlog in here because I came to the Target that's typically pretty empty and there's quite a few people here. And I didn't bring a big bag to bring my camera in to like be incognito, but I will try. We're gonna get some home decor, okay? I gotta make my place look nice, pretty, a little bit surreal, of course, because surrealism artist here. Yes, we're grown out here, we're adulting. We love to see it. We're in here. We're gonna go get some bins from my upstairs loft closet because I need some more. I have a lot of stuff, y'all, so I got to organize as much as humanly possible. And then maybe some things for the bathroom as well. I don't know. Where is this stuff? This Target is set up different. I need a welcome mat too. When you move out, you realize how many little things go into making a house a home. And boy, does that add up. I'm like, every time I think I'm done with a certain section of a room, I'm like, oh, I need that too, and that. The bed and bath section in this Target is always pretty empty. Fun fact, I used to work in this Target, in this section, in the bath section. So I know it very well, at least I used to think I did. Now I'm struggling to find what I need. I don't always shop in here anymore because, oh, here are the bins. Secured. Oh, I almost left my cellular. Woo! It's super awkward filming in public. People have already been staring at me and there's barely anybody around me. But oh well, we out here doing the thing. And yeah, I think people assume that you're filming them and I'm like, girl, I don't want you in my vlog. It's okay. I don't want you in it. Trust. Now we're looking at welcome mats. I want something cute. Let's see. This one? Because I have so many flower prints in my house, so I feel like it gives the tone. We're setting the tone for what the decor is gonna be. Or, actually that's gonna get gross. I was looking at another one. It's too white, it's gonna get disgusting. A lot of them are so boring and bland. This one it is. I need to pick up more drawer organizers because they have been extremely helpful with organizing all of my clothes. If you saw how much clothes I have, you would have a panic attack. I bought these expandable drawer dividers and I need 2 more packs, to say the least. Probably more in the future. We got it. Look how cute this line is. It has such unique names for all the candles. They even have an artsy one. Y'all, it is so hot outside. Oh my gosh. Actually, let me check the temperature. I haven't even checked it. Ay Dios. It's 95 degrees, but it feels like what? 105. I feel like I'm melting out there, bro. It is serious. It is serious. I got all my stuff from Target. I got some like non-perishable items because I'm about to go on a mini vacay to upstate New York. So I don't want to get anything that's going to be ruined within those few days. Also, I'm basically a child. I get these Honest juices. The little girls I used to babysit drink those, and they're like the perfect amount of sweetness if you're not super into juices. Yeah, I just got adulting things. Dryer sheets. Oh my gosh. So exciting. Candles that I loved. I got that Dreamer candle that was super cute. That's definitely going in my art room. I also just really like the structure of the candle, how it's like elevated. And some protein pasta. And I have those cute, what is it called? The glass containers to put these in. Another box. I love me some hot sauce. I love spicy food, so Cholula. Chocolate chips, because I'm sure I'll do something with it. Maybe I have granola, so maybe some overnight oats. I've always wanted to try that, and I've never done it. And then some Arrabbiata spicy marinara sauce. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Got the bins, the stuff for my room upstairs. I'll organize that later. Let's make a little parfait snack. Let's get into it. Also, this Costco box is currently my dining table. Just moved in things. I saw one on Amazon that I think I want, because I kind of want a mid-century modern vibe in the main areas, and then my art room be the more surreal, crazy vibes, and then the upstairs be more calm, zen, really nothing to do with my art, so I have that work-life separation. Because before I was doing art in my room and really all over my parents' house. I was taking over the house, so it was time for me to move and get my own place so that I can spread my wings. Cheers. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do after I eat this. It's already like after 5 p.m. Maybe we can organize my paint cart. I want to get rid of some of the boxes in my suitcase that's on the ground right now in the corner. And my goal is to really just get the art room together this weekend before my trip, so that when I come back, I can focus on everything else. Start doing some art, because it's been a while since I've painted. It's been probably over 2 months, because I went to Puerto Rico for basically a month. Then I got back and started moving in, and just a whole bunch of family, friends would come over, and just a lot of celebration times, which has been great. Also, I just want to say, if you feel like you're in this season of not knowing what to do next, feeling stuck, maybe you're thinking of moving but you don't know where to move, I was definitely there. What I did was, for the past few years actually, I've been praying to move out in my own space, but also I kind of felt like it wasn't the time yet to do it, and I wanted to take advantage of traveling and all that stuff. So the past few years, that's mostly what I've been focusing on, doing a lot of traveling, just going on crazy adventures and hanging out with family and all that. But now I'm feeling in the stage where I want to have a little bit more stability and just have my own space and create it how I want it. The past, I guess, few months, I was really praying. I had been looking in different states. I've just always been convinced that I will not live in Virginia forever, and I just know that in my soul. I was very resistant on the idea of staying here, which ultimately blocked my blessings. So basically, I got tired of looking, and every time I looked for apartments or anything, it just stressed me out, and I just felt like I wasn't supposed to be in those areas, even though I kind of wanted to be. I was like, I feel like I could have a good life here and it would make sense for me to go there. But something in me was just like really just getting super high anxiety. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I just prayed to God and I was like, God, if I'm supposed to be in Virginia, please bring me the opportunity to stay here. If I'm supposed to be in another state, please bring me the opportunity and I will go, because I was just so sick of doing it myself. Prayed that prayer and let it go. And one day we were at dinner with some family friends and my parents brought up like, oh, Diana might be looking to move and all that stuff. She doesn't know where yet. And one of the friends at the table was like, I have a place. And I was like, interesting. So she was like, if you want, like, you can tour it and let me know what you think. Tell me why. It was like everything that I prayed to God specifically for. The amount of rooms, having an outdoor space, being close to a lot of like restaurants and stuff that I would like, having an extra room for my art because I have a lot of stuff and I wanted to be able to build my art business more. It was just insane. I was like, there's no way this isn't God. And trust and believe, like as I started, like I went on the tour and everything, I was like, God, if this really isn't for me, close that door. Like I started getting a little nervous. Am I about to make the leap of like moving out by myself? Like, I don't know. And so I was kind of in a way praying against it. I was like, maybe it's not time. I don't know. The door stayed open. And then I started stressing myself out about, you know, buying furniture and all this other stuff. Tell me why when I go on the tour, the homeowner is like, by the way, I have 2 couches. If you want them, like I don't want to put them in storage. And I was like, yes, because there was one night I was like looking at couch prices and I was like, help, send help. Basically, when I saw the couch for the living room, it was a couch that I had saved on my Pinterest probably 3 years ago that I'd wanted. The same color, the same style, texture, everything. I was like, look at God providing. Look at him providing. Like, I was freaking out one night and then I was like, you know what, Diana, stop. Just like stop getting this anxious rut of all the things I need to get, because if it's for me, God will provide the way. I don't have to worry about anything. Like he will make it happen. And so I did that and I surrendered that again. So it's like a constant surrendering every time I would feel anxious or like, is this a step to make? Is this the right decision? Because, you know, we can kind of think that like, if I go this way, am I screwing up my life? If I go that way, am I screwing up my life? We can think in the extremes at times. I know I can. Basically, I'm just feeling very blessed to be in this new stage of my life, being like a homemaker and just having my own vibe set, you know? Cheers to changes. And that's just a little tidbit. Give it to God, surrender it to him, pray, let it go, and be okay if it doesn't happen in the timeline that you think it should happen. Because again, I started praying for this 4 years ago, and now I'm stepping into this moment. Not to say it's going to take that long, but you never really know. Based on what you're praying for, how many different moving pieces need to be arranged in order for you to receive it, for you to be in the mindset that you're going to sustain it. There's a lot of things that are involved in getting what you need. And obviously this was not a part of what I initially wanted per se, staying in state, part of my will, but I surrendered my will for God's will, and he blessed me beyond belief. And that's just reoccurring theme I'm seeing in my life. Just start to take note in your life. Where are places that I'm getting anxiety about, and I can just surrender this to God, let him take over, because I'm telling you, he will give you a lot more than you could even fathom in your own mind, okay? Preach. We're in the bedroom. Not the AC kicking on right now. Ay, ay, ay. I have this whole small luggage full of paint. I need to put it back in my art cart, and I have to just like dust everything down. And then it'll be ready for when I want to paint. Focus on me. The light is starting to dim, so that's when my focus starts to go crazy on me. It's, what time is it now? 6:45 p.m. This evening is gonna be much more slow. I mean, I've been shopping. It's not like I've had a stressful day at all. And maybe we can create some art. I do want to start a mini sculpture. I've been thinking about doing like mini visionary women. So that is what I will start tonight. And I think I'm gonna order food because I am on a roll right now. So I'm not gonna go to my parents' house to get food. I'm just gonna buy something closer to me. These are some oil paints that I bought a few years ago, and it was only this year that I took an oil painting class in New York, and I really liked working with oils a little more than acrylics actually, which shocked me. But I'm glad I started with acrylics, because once I got the technique of acrylics down, it was much less daunting to me personally to start on oils. And I have 2 oil paintings from those classes that I need to wrap up. It can definitely be overwhelming to see like how many projects I haven't finished and all the ones that are circulating in my mind and in my journals. Thankfully, I always have ideas flowing in, but it's about getting them off of my journal papers and into real life is my struggle a bit, because then I get overwhelmed with like perfectionism and wanting it to be exactly how the vision came to me. The struggle life of an artist, really. Put too much pressure on ourselves. We just need to create, and that's it, and leave it there. Oh, and this is odorless paint thinner, which is really helpful because oil paint is much thicker, so that you can control how dense you want the paint or how light. And also working with oils, you have much more time to blend seamlessly, which with acrylics, they dry so fast that you have to use like a lot of mixing mediums to keep it movable per se. Also with oil paintings, because it takes so long to dry, you have to be careful to not touch certain areas, because then you can take off all the paint you just did. I'm gonna put this on the bottom because it's the least amount of paint I have. Most of my paint is acrylic. I'll put my white gesso paints at the bottom also, because these are the priming paints for any piece. I also love white gesso for priming my sculptures. The polymer clay, it just needs an extra something to have on the base so then I can paint on top of it. I'm also gonna place these ones on the bottom because, okay, dropping it everywhere, because I use those for my big sculpture, Shania, the life-size mannequin sculpture I did that I turned into my visionary woman. These are those paints. These are wall paints, actually, from like Lowe's or something. And I don't plan on using these anytime soon. At the bottom for not necessary right now. And then I'm also gonna put my mixing mediums at the bottom. I haven't been using these as much either, to be honest. My battery's dying for my camera. No. That's what my sister does. No. Let me charge it for a second. Another project complete. My art cart is all organized. It is currently 9:30 p.m. I ate my dinner and then I relaxed on the couch for a while. just like watching TikToks as you do. Tonight, I'm gonna wrap it up by doing a little bit of art. I'm gonna try to do the armature for a mini Visionary Woman. I did a mini version of the Visionary Woman for a bigger sculpture that I'm still working on. I'm still doing her paint, but I'm gonna show you guys how I make the armature, which is essentially the skeleton of the sculpture that keeps it sturdy and is the foundation to building everything off of that. I'm gonna show you all, I was gonna say the ingredients, not the ingredients, but the supplies that you need to make a sculpture. It all starts with this wire right here. This is what I build the armature with, the skeleton. And then in order to bulk it out, I use aluminum foil, and then I use my tried and true Super Sculpey Living Doll clay. Typically when I do bigger ones, I do another layer of clay as well. Lightweight oven bake clay. This is typically my first layer of sculpting, and it just forms out the shape, but because this is a smaller piece, I don't need that extra layer. It's just gonna make it thicker, and it's just not necessary. I gathered when I did the other mini version. I wish I had it to show you. It's still at my parents' house. Maybe not, because I'm doing a whole other video, like doing the process of that piece called Identity. So stay tuned for that. I need to finish it, girl. Ooh. The other materials you will need, one of these acrylic rollers. So when you need to roll up this clay, because this clay is pretty thick and you really have to warm it up in your hands to get it moving. So those are helpful. And then, oh yeah. I have one of these little wooden pads to roll up the clay onto. I like to use these tools to shape out the sculpture. So this one I use a lot, this one specifically. And it has different shaped balls at the end, and you just use it to kind of carve into it and make the shape, because your fingerprints can get a lot on the clay, so you have to kind of try to smooth it out with these other tools. I just love making sculptures. It's so therapeutic. It's like you're playing with Play-Doh. It brings you back to like being a kid again. I just love seeing something being transformed from a wire to a full sculpture. It blows my mind every time. I'm like, wow, I brought that vision to life. Crazy. I usually use a drill to get this wire together, but I don't need to do it for this piece. And I really just eyeball the structure of it, no pun intended, but kind of, because my Visionary Women have the eyeball heads, as I like to call them. And I kind of just use the clay to adjust it as I go. If it starts to look a little disproportionate, I just add more clay until it looks even, you know? I don't know, it's just, I learn as I go. See the vision in my head and then try to mold it as best as possible to look like what I had in my head. This is what we're working with so far. I had to bring out my little pliers because this really hurts trying to do this just with my hand. So I'm trying to wrap this wire around her shoulder. I'm also recording with my phone like right above the screen right now to get a different POV. Now her arm's like kinda even. We have to account for your spine, goes in an S shape, and then account for the butt. And I don't know what position like I want to put her in yet. I should probably look on my phone before oh, my phone's up here. I need to look on my Pinterest because I have a whole board of like different sketches, like women's sketches, so I can choose different positions. I kind of like this like lying down position. Maybe something like this or something like this, like slouched in a chair. Because, oh, let me show you something. I bought a whole dollhouse, like I mentioned earlier, and I got furniture for it, so let me show you. So depending on how big this Visionary Woman ends up coming out, I have these little furniture pieces that I want to make over for the dollhouse. And maybe she could be sitting, oh, she might be too big already because there's not even clay on her. Maybe not, maybe we're gonna do the lying down position. Ouch. then in, then out. And then her hips. Hips are always a little bit wider because I like to make mine curvy girls. Actually, let's put her in the position that she's gonna be in. This is not long enough. Like this arm needed to be longer so it can go this way because her arm is like that. I'll just add on to this hoop and extend the arm this way. I'm looking at the picture to help me mold. She's already looking bigger than I anticipated. Every time I say I'm gonna do a small project, it never ends up being small. And do like the little circle, so that's gonna represent her foot. And then I just wrap it around. And this wire is kind of hard to move. It hurts your hands after a while. Curl this last piece. I use the pliers so I don't hurt my fingers. This leg is kind of like this. And then we need one long one in the back and to extend her arm this way. And then we got the pose. I'm almost done adding the extension on the arm. I can't figure out how to attach this though. This is the issue. I can't remember how to do the armatures a little bit more complete. I did the wiring in a lot of pieces and that causes it a little bit to be difficult. I mean, do you see the vision? The girl laying down. Let me show you the picture again. This is the picture again. And then this is homegirl laying down. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bulk her out with some aluminum foil just so we have the form going, and then maybe I'll work on her tomorrow to sculpt. Or I'll do it now. I don't really know. I'm kind of tired. It's already 10. Get our aluminum foil out. And basically just break it into little pieces. I'm gonna start with her head. So I need to fill out that circle. So it'll be like this. Like I smush it like this, kind of in the shape of an eye, and I'll wrap more around it. By bulking it out with aluminum foil, you prevent from having to use so much clay, which is very helpful. And I definitely want to avoid putting aluminum foil around her neck because the clay will be thick enough to make it look like a normal neck. I don't want it to look like she has no neck. Bathroom karaoke, y'all. This is what I do with my evenings. This is how I relax. I've got my sister. I can feel her now. She may not be here, but she's still mine, and I know she still loves me. Got my children, I can't hold them now. They may not be here, but they still mine. I hope they know I still love them. I told you I was trouble. Yeah, you know that I'm no good. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-da.